Hey guys, we've got our new event, the Halloween Rivals event in NHL 22 did drop, and we are going to break everything down like we always do. Guys, we're going to go over all the new Master Set items. Are they worth it? The best sets to make, all of it. So make sure that you guys watch the video throughout. I'll give you all of my recommendations like I always do, and I crunched some numbers, so we're going to save you some time. All right, guys, make sure you subscribe to the channel for the most up-to-date NHL 22 content, and give the video a like. It does help with the algorithm and all that nonsense. All right, let's get into the new Halloween Rivals event. All right, guys, so first things first, we are going to break down all of the new Master Set items, and we're just going to see, are they worth it, or just in general, is their card very good? Like I said, like we always do, we'll go through, and this event, I do need to mention, guys, is only going to be 1 week long. It is not a normal 2-week event, so these cards will be out of the limited edition cheaper sets pretty shortly. It's only in packs and everything for 1 week. So we'll go down, we'll start at the bottom, and just take a look at some of the cards that are in here. Just again, the non-Master Set ones. We'll start things off with the 80 George Laraque with Fly the Zone. Only 80 speed. It's a cool card that he got in there, but we can move on. We've got the 80 Stu Grimson, same sort of situations. You're not going to use them, but they're just, kind of giving them props for some of the big tough guys that were in the league. We've got the 81 Ryan Suter with Workhorse and Stick 'em Up. Not a bad combo, in my opinion, for anyone that is free to play. This 81 Ryan Suter might actually be half decent because left-handed defensemen are not available in abundance. So if you can get him for pretty cheap, this actually isn't a bad card. We got the 81 Johnny Boychuk with Distributor, gets a speed up to 78. Hard pass. The 82 Ryan McDonough with Light the Lamp and Send It. 85 speed, 85 acceleration. Again, that's not bad. Early on for left-handed defensemen, there just isn't a lot of options. So if you can get this for the dirt minimum, which is like 1,500 coins, not bad. Again, I'll probably be on the lookout for these cards on my free-to-play Xbox team. Got the 82 Darren McCarty with Wingman and Total Eclipse. Just the whole sum of its parts, just not worth it here, unfortunately. Then we've got the 84 Darcy Kemper, and I'm not going to lie, I've been using the base Darcy Kemper in my free-to-play team. A really, really good card. It comes with Handle It. Again, for abilities, I never recommend activating goalie zone abilities because it just costs too much. But Handle It provides a large enemy boost for all skaters on the team after stopping a breakaway or penalty shot. That's super, situational, so not really worth it. But he is a very good build and someone that you could get for cheap. We've got the 84 Aaron Ekblad with Bombarded and Quick Pick. Awesome superstar ability, 6'4". This is a very, very good right-handed card. If you couldn't afford the Master Set Seth Jones in the last event, this is a nice replacement for someone that's not going to cost nearly as much. So be on the lookout for this 84 Aaron Ekblad. And we've got the 85 Henrik Zetterberg with Gladiator and Third Eye. 87 speed, 87 acceleration and agility, and high 80 shot. Low-key, not bad at all. And you can put him at center, obviously, with the 85 face-off rating. All in all, not a bad 85 overall card. There's a lot worse centerman you could do. Again, for the teams that don't have those God Squad stacked teams, centerman is still kind of a position that doesn't have a ton of options that are very good. Not a bad one here in the 85 Henrik Zetterberg. Then we've got the 85 Sammy Salo with Distributor and Thunderclap. Thunderclap, in my opinion, not worth it at all. Distributor, obviously pretty good, but his speed only gets up to 85 and his acceleration is 82. This is a hard pass. The one thing I will say is if you have a very fast left-handed defenseman, he could be someone very good if you take point shots because he's got 92 slap shot power and 85 accuracy. However, what I found is that one-timers don't really go in from the point unless they're tipped. So I would probably still avoid. The speed is just awfully tough. Then we've got the 86 Matthew Tkachuk with Buzzing and Unstoppable Force. I wish his skating was a little bit better, but 86 with Buzzing activated, 85 acceleration, and 89 agility is not bad. Like, that's a fine card. He's just built like a centerman, and he's a winger, obviously. Unstoppable Force is very, very good, so you could do worse, but it's going to depend on the type of player. I talk about this a lot. If you are someone that controls play, this would be a very good option for you if you cycle the puck a lot. And then the last of the non-Master Set players, we've got the 87 Claude Giroux with Fly the Zone and Crease Crasher, 88 speed, 88 acceleration. Honestly, probably going to cost too much for what you're going to get here. In my opinion, I'm just not a huge fan of it. So he's built a lot like Ovechkin, and before Ovechkin got up to 89 speed with Distributor, for whatever reason, he felt so much faster, but it's going to feel a lot like that, kind of sluggish. So I would sell Claude Giroux if I packed them. All right, so let's talk about the Master Set players now. We're going to go over the goaltenders first, and we need to say the card art is so good in this event. So good. The card art this year has been unbelievable. 6'1" with Distributor and Thief, two great synergies. You can also change Thief to Fly the Zone, which is awesome. That's great utility because obviously those are two synergies that are very popular. Comes with X-Ray, so screens have less of an impact to a goalie. That's a great superstar ability. And Last Stand is pretty good as well, but again, not worth it. He does have 88 speed, which is nice. Speed is the most important goaltender stat. He's only 6'1", though, so if you pack him untradeable, leave it in the comments section. Maybe you're a Blues fan. I would love to know how you think he plays or how he does play if you do get him. I'm not, because there is still, that's under 6'2" or 6'3" is probably the lowest I'll go because it's still so important. But everything else is very, very good on this Binnington card. However, we need to talk about this Cam Talbot because we're going to discuss values and how to do the sets and everything like that in a little bit. But Fly the Zone and Booming Shot, you can also change Fly the Zone to Spark. So again, two very, very popular synergies. He's got No Timer, which is one of the best superstar abilities you can get. Advanced save ability and reaction time when facing one-timers. That's like 99% of the game. So obviously that's going to be very useful and only costs 2 ability points. Remember I say, goaltenders aren't worth, the ability point cost, but at 2 and a superstar ability, that's fine. He's 6'4", speed's at 86, which is still very, very good, and aggression down at 72. Guys, goaltenders will not it will not make you a better player. Your defense is going to be far more important, and not your defenseman. How you play defense is going to make your goaltender better than any other goaltender card that you can get in the game. However, higher rated goaltenders will perform better marginally over a large sample size. Everything that this card has got leads me to believe that he is the best goaltender in the game right now. But again, it's going to depend on the cost, and we're going to talk about that in just a little bit. All right, then we got the 87 Cale Makar with Gladiator or Bombarded. Bombarded is nice on this card, and then Protector or Applesauce. So again, some very useful synergies that a lot of cards have. When you get Protector on him, and if you have Bombarded, he's going to have 90 slapshot accuracy and power, which is nice. Again, because you use Cale Makar different than you use most centermen, or most defensemen. He's someone that you can break into the zone with and go on rushes with, which is what makes him so valuable. I've talked about this before. Having defensemen that are under 6 foot need to have elite speed or shot, or both really, and he has that. The one thing is he only got 79 body checking, so he is going to be a kind of a liability in his own zone. Gladiator does fix that a little bit, so that does help out, but not nearly enough. His defense is fine, and his skating is unbelievable. The problem is there's quite a few options at right defense. He's not better than Foot. Foot is still far better than him. Seth Jones, in all honesty, the whole package, I probably have Seth Jones higher. His X Factor, because of his zone ability and superstar ability, he has the best combination in the game for that. And then you've got some other options, like if maybe you have the X Factor one, or like John Carlson, or maybe Adam Fox. So there's a lot of right-handed defensemen already. In reverse for 4 points, though, with this Cale Makar, that's nuts, because that means you can backskate at 92 speed. So very, very good. Very good. But if you're going to, again, we'll talk about the sets in a little bit, because his rival card is the 87 Quinn Hughes, and the base Quinn Hughes is already one of the best left-handed defensemen in the game because there wasn't as many great left-handed defensemen. Comes with Booming Shot or Light the Lamp, and Gladiator or Protector. So the great thing about this is if you have Booming Shot and Gladiator activating, his body checking goes up to 86. So he's 5'10", but has 86 body checking, which is a phenomenal combo. Like, that's good enough. That offsets it. 92 speed, 92 acceleration. You activate both these synergies. 96 agility. You are going to be able to whip around with half spins at the point, which is awesome. Then he's got Seeing Eye, which is a great zone ability for defensemen, because if you're firing for tips and screens, which you should be, this zone ability is going to help out, or his superstar ability is going to help out. The Spinorama one, that's not worth it at all, but this is one of the best left-handed defensemen in the game. I have a very tough decision to make because I have Ulf Samuelsson, and as well as I have Victor Hedman. Hedman and Hughes are completely different players. They're different types of players, and they both offer extreme value. So he's not going to replace Hedman. However, I have Paul Coffey, who is going to get a +1 upgrade soon. And like I'm thinking about it. It's a very tough decision for me, but he is inside for the most people that don't have Ulf Samuelsson or Paul Coffey. He is 100% one of the best. So this would be my choice. If you're choosing between Quinn Hughes and Makar, Hughes 100%. Then we've got the 89s. It's the Jesse Puljujarvi with Well-Rounded or Bombarded. I would much rather go Bombarded. It's a lot more easily accessible. You're gonna have a lot of cards that have that, as well as Gladiator and Protector. Again, those two are easier to activate. With Tape to Tape, which is a good superstar ability, Unstoppable Force, while it's very good, he's already 6'4" with good balance at 91. You're kind of just making something good slightly better. And he's, it costs 8, so I'm probably not activating that. 90 speed, 90 acceleration, and 91 agility on someone who's 6'4" is unbelievable. Have Ovechkin, which is kind of the issue because he's very similar. he is a better version than Alex Ovechkin. So if you like that Ovechkin card, then you're in business. This is a card, one of the best right-handed wingers in the game. Honestly, like you can't make size any better. Like his attribute and size won't go up, right? This is a very, 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 very good card. So he is probably one of the ones I'm going to target, but we'll talk about that again in a little bit. His rival is the 89 Rasmus Anderson with Buzzing and Light the Lamp. So he does have Wingman as an option as well, but Buzzing I'd much rather have with Light the Lamp, which again, I'd much rather have as well. Heat Seeker, not all that good on defenseman, which I was actually kind of stunned about. He does have Bouncer, which is very good. That's something that I have on Ulf Samuelsson, I believe, or Foot. I think both of them. Very, very good, and only 4 points. Definitely worth it. Speed does get up to 90, acceleration 89, agility 95. Very good shot. Defensive stats are all great. But again, it's going to be tough to replace some of the GOAT right-handed defensemen. So he is very, very good, but I would rather have Makar just because he offers exceptional, speed and shot and everything like that. I'd rather have Seth Jones, and I'd rather have Adam Foote. Adam Foote's not going anywhere. And John Carlson is probably the closest comp. So if you've got John Carlson too, like he's very good. He's just not great. So keep that in mind, but still a very, very good card. And then we've got the two biggies. We've got the 91 Claude Giroux with Protector or Booming Shot, and Gladiator well-rounded. So Gladiator is what you're going to put on here. With Tape to Tape and 1T. 1T is not one you want to activate. 1T or Tape to Tape, however, much better. 92 speed, 92 acceleration, 94 agility, and a great shot. If you have synergies activated, you can get up his wrist shot, the 94 accuracy, 92 power. And the reason why I bring up his wrist shot is because even though he has 94 faceoffs, and he's a great centerman in terms of attributes, he's only 5'11", and I've talked about this before. A defenseman or a centerman that's under 6 foot is a little tough. The thing I will say, though, is that he's got 93 body checking. I honestly would probably rather play him on the wing, but it makes him very versatile. Like, this is a great card. There's no way around it. You could use him for an exceptionally long time in this game. Very, very good. It's all going to depend on the cost, and we're going to talk about that in a little bit. And then we've got the 91 Sidney Crosby with Thief as an option or Gladiator. I would go with Thief. And then Buzzing or Light the Lamp. Buzzing is important because that gets his speed to 91. With Thief activated, he's basically 99 defensive awareness and stick checking and faceoffs, as well as 86 body checking. Like speed at 91 with Buzzing activated, and has back at you, which is nice. Magnetic I would not activate. Back at you is pretty good. Over 90 face off or over 90 shooting. I would much rather have Giroux, and the reason is that if you don't play him at center, they're both the same size, okay? And Giroux with synergies has a little bit better body checking, so that makes him a little bit better center in my opinion. And you can play Giroux on the wing, and he still has the skating stats to be okay with it. So in my opinion, I'm going to get a ton of questions. Crosby or Giroux? I would go with Giroux. I think Giroux is the better player. Even though with everything activated, Sidney Crosby becomes very good, I think Giroux just offers a little bit more, and especially with versatility because you can put him on the wing. All right, guys, so those are the cards. Let's take a look at the sets. I am not, in this video, going to go over the non-limited set. So it operates a lot like the last event did. There are sets in this event that will stay throughout the entirety of the game, meaning that once the event ends, you can still make these cards, but the cost is much higher, so there's no point talking about them because the cheaper ones are what you want to go for. If you're watching this video maybe later on, maybe after the event, maybe you're watching it next week, just keep in mind that, the sets, when they get more expensive, none of these cards are probably worth it. So let's take a look at the value of these sets. All right, so right off the rip, we've got this one for 15 gold players. We'll get you a Halloween Rivals collectible. Not worth it at all. Just play the game. You can get Rivals collectibles very easily or the Rival collectible by just doing, objectives. So don't go out and buy these. It's just not worth it. Just save your time. You're basically just doing it because you don't want to spend the time. Then you've got the 21 for a batch 1 random player item. Not worth it as well. I mean, even if you're trading in 74 non-NHL gold players, I would rather use those for like power-up collectibles. I would not do this. You can get a random player from this event, but it is not one of the Master Set items. That pack does not include the Master Set items, so you could get Lemieux, which is great, but it'll be untradeable, so not worth it at all. Now let's talk about these sets. All right, like I said, guys, I crunched the numbers, so I'm going to go over what they are on PS5. PS5 has the biggest player base, so they are probably going to be cheaper or lower than what some of you other guys are on PS4, Xbox Series X, and Xbox One are experiencing. You have to just accept that. So if I think that something's a good value on PS5, it's still a good value on Xbox. Like, the market is going to be determined based on what's available to you. And if there's less on the market, I mean, you're just gonna have to spend more coins for players. All right. So that's just the reality of the situation. So this will be in PS5 numbers. And this might be subject to change, but you're watching this on the launch of the event. And if anything goes down, that's even better. So let's talk about the 91 Crosby and Giroux. There's two options here. There is the 13 card trade-in option or the 31 card trade-in option. The 13 card option, if you do everything here, let's pretend you don't have any tradables. And guys, before I give you the numbers here, if you have untradeable cards, maybe you have an untradeable 87 or an untradeable 86, you have to subtract that from the total value. You got to go and do the math on that. That is going to depend based on what you have. But I'm going to go over these based on having none of them. Okay, you have no untradables. Okay, what is the best value for each of these sets? The 13 trade-in option, it requires 187, 486s, and 785 plus cards. That is going to run you 350,000 coins on PS5 if everything you buy tradable, okay? You don't have any untradeable. That is 350,000 coins. Do I think that either of those cards are worth that? No. Go out and buy the 91 Matthews. He's a better card, and he's going for much less, okay? So as a centerman, he's not a better winger. Obviously, I think Giroux is actually one of the best wingers in the game. So keep that in mind. I would much rather just have the Matthews for the trade-in value of this price. Now, if you have a lot of untradables, that's obviously going to drastically change it here. The thing that's driving up the price, guys, is, you know, you need 187. That's 90,000 coins right off the rip. If you have a 90, like if you go down and, you know, it's 260,000, that's a little bit more in the range. Again, it's all going to depend if you have an 87 tradable or not. Now, compare that to the 31 card trade-in option. That is going to run you 392,000 coins currently. The reason why is 84 plus overall cards are going for 19,000 coins each. 85s are only going for 20. And the reason is I think there's just less options at the 84 available, which is odd. It's going to sound weird, but there's just less on the market. So that is driving the price way up because when they're making these sets, they don't take into account the 84s are going to cost the same as 85s. So 390,000 coins to do the 30 trade-in. So if you're going to do either of them or one of them, the other option is cheaper. So that, just remember that. Again, it will depend on how many untradables you have, but again, you have to do the math if it is, depending on what you have. All right, on to Rasmus Andersson and Puljujarvi, their value. So the 9-card trade-in, that is going to run you 260,000 coins in value. Again, I don't think either of those cards are worth the 260K, but again, with a caveat of depending on how many untradables you have, okay? I do think that Puljujarvi is one of the best right-handed wingers in the game, but if you did not like Jágr, remember that Puljujarvi is awfully similar to him, okay? Now, no one liked Jágr because he seemed to play worse than his stats indicated, but if you like Ovechkin and you're okay with the Ovechkin card, you'll be okay with Puljujarvi. If you don't like Ovechkin, you're probably not going to like Puljujarvi. And about Rasmus Andersson, I think that there's just other options. I'd rather have Cale Makar. I'd rather have Seth Jones, the master set from the last event, and then obviously Adam Foote. So and John Carlson's X Factor I would rather have as well. So again, you got to keep that in mind. All right, the other option is the 23-card trade-in. That is going to run you 277,000 coins. So, again, that is a little bit more expensive and not worth it at all, in my opinion, if you are going to. Again, going to depend on how many cards you actually have to trade in. It's going to cost you 1183 plus overalls. It's going to cost you 984 overalls and 285s. Just not worth it, in my opinion, to make these cards untradeable. I would just rather wait and buy them for less tradable, probably, throughout the week, or maybe on Wednesday. But yeah, I don't think that either of these are worth it. So far, honestly, I don't think that Crosby or Giroux are worth the cost to make them. Same with Rasmus Andersson and Puljujarvi. All right, on to Quinn Hughes and Makar, and this is where things get a little bit more interesting because the 9 trade-in option for Hughes and Makar is going to run you about 165,000 coins. That alone, in my opinion, is worth it. I think that 165,000 for either the 87 Makar or Hughes is worth it. I'd rather have Hughes, but they're two different positions, like they're two different handedness. So your team is going to depend on that. I would rather have Hughes because I think left defenseman a little bit more difficult to come by at the top end. And, you know, again, righties, you might have the X Factor Hughes and whatnot, or Makar, and that's going to change things as well. But for 165,000 coins, I do think it is worth it to make these two specifically. However, you don't want to do the 9 trade-in set because this is the first one where the 30 card trade-in is actually cheaper. This is going to run you about 145,000 coin in value. So if you were going to make either of these cards, the 30 trade-in is actually cheaper than the 9 in base value. Again, if you have the other cards and some of the bigger ones that are untradeable, that will be cheaper. So the 31 is the one you want to go for if you don't have anything. And then lastly, if you've been following my channel for years, I have preached, goaltenders do not matter. In my opinion, they will not bail you out. Every once in a while, sure, but if you play 20 games with an 80 overall Binnington and you play 20 games with an 88 overall Rask, it's probably the save percentage is going to be awfully close, okay? However, the higher overall ones do have a chance to make some of those insane saves that the type where you put your head down because you think it's going in, but they don't. That is what the higher overall cards will give you. And early on in the game, the higher overall goaltenders do tend to have a little bit more of an impact because shot totals and everything like that haven't skyrocketed into the high 90s yet. So let's talk about these sets because this might be the first time. This is going to give me shades of that Christmas Rinne from like 2 years ago in NHL 20 that I'm still getting heat for. All right, so the 86 Binnington or the 86 Talbot, all right, the 7 trade-in, that is going to run you 76,000 coins. I don't think that's worth it at all. Again, 76,000 for a goaltender is just a little much, and unless you have a God squad, like you can't really improve your fourth line, then okay, go ahead and spend on a goaltender. However, the 41 trade option only runs you about 58,000 coins. And again, these are actually going down as the weekend goes on, but or as the Friday goes on. I think that once Sunday hits, they'll start going back up. 58,000 coins for the best goaltender in the game, Cam Talbot. Not bad. Okay. I mean, don't go buy a goalie, but that is very good value. Like, that is very good value. So I will say that. Do with it what you want, but that Cam Talbot for 58,000 is nice. All right, guys, and then like I said, the ones that don't have a timer are not limited. They are more expensive. They will stay here after the event ends. You can just ignore them for now, in my opinion. You don't need to worry about them. So let's talk about some of the other things real quick. The store, I'm going to get a lot of comments on that. If you should buy packs. So this one right here, it's 1,000 points. Never buy these packs with points. 50,000 coins. It gives you 16 items, including a power-up collectible, which is worth about 20,000 coins, and 2 guaranteed 80-plus overall items. You have a 4.2% chance to pull an 86. Not worth it. Not worth it, guys. Don't buy these packs. Sometimes, like in prior years, it was like they guaranteed 2 gold collectibles and those were worth 50K, and it was like, okay, take the shot because they're the exact same. Not worth it here. These other ones, if you're gonna spend money, these ones aren't bad because the actual potential chance to pull something is pretty high, and there's a 350 points. And then this batch 1 goodie pack, it's 12 items, including a Halloween Rivals player item and 5 guaranteed gold players. If you're doing the math on that, let's just assume it's 6 gold players because there's very little chance you're going to pull Lemieux. That's like 5,000 coins. It's not worth it. You're just gambling, and they are untradeable. Don't do this pack, okay? It's just not worth it. So, all right, guys, so that was a ton of info. I will have another video ranking all of the master sets, in my opinion, and all of that just a little bit later on. But, guys, thank you for watching. If you're still here, I appreciate it. Give the video a like and subscribe. I'll see you next time. Have a good one, guys.